Welcome to our lightning show. If you've joined us at any point over the course of the past several hours, we've been with you through the night. Cody Matt's got you past midnight into the 2 o'clock hour. I've joined you since then, and we've got ourselves some storms that had warnings back across parts of western Minnesota and the far west metro. We haven't had an actual warning near the Twin Cities for the past 2 hours, but that doesn't mean we haven't had a raucous little morning. Loud, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. Live look at the fairgrounds where we keep this illumination going. There's a lot of thunder, a lot of heavy rain, and a lot of potential for some flooding. The National Weather Service has talked about some potential for some urban and small stream flooding now across the Twin Cities, as we have now officially breached the 2-inch mark in the West Metro. Plymouth coming in with 2 inches of rain now for some of our official recording stations. And we have actually breached a new thunderstorm warning on the edges of our viewing area as we go up just to the northeast. Lightning strikes are starting to slow down a little bit. We've capped close to 2,000 lightning strikes in a half-hour period for the bulk of our overnight, coming in just into the 4:30 half hour. But just over the past half hour, 727. It's kind of concentrated in to the metro proper. So that number seems low, comparatively speaking. But if you're under that lightning, it's pretty intense nonetheless. Severe thunderstorm warning right now in place through 6 a.m. So for another half hour, that is for portions of Wisconsin there, for portions of Ashland, Bayfield, Sawyer, and Washburn counties. As you see it right there, a line of storms over Highway 53 between Spooner and Rice Lake. Rice Lake, you're not part of that warning, but this is for winds gusting to 60 miles per hour. No hail listed of a severe nature in that storm, but some hail up to about a ½ inch in diameter in size up and down parts of Highway 53. That is moving on off towards the east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour as it continues its trek outside of our viewing area. But Edgewater and Hayward, you are in the path of that storm, as most of these storms are continuing to move to the east and northeast. Vance Creek currently under some very heavy rain over towards Ridgeland, and once these storms lost their severe edge, they became rain and thunder and lightning, and that's what's making most folks wake up and checking in with us this morning. And that's why I'm checking in with you. Everybody's here, so we figured, why not? Let's walk through it. This is more of a reassurance thing, and this is going to lead to some flooding, especially in construction zones. There are plenty of those, especially for folks that have some ponding issues. And again, it's still some issues. I mean, a wind of gust of 40 or 50 miles per hour and some hail, even if it's just pea size, nickel size, or 3/4 inch size, etc., still going to cause some issues if you don't want to, again, move your car or take care of your cushions, or maybe just take care of a few things. New Richmond over toward Roberts, over towards Emerald and Baldwin, some heavier rains moving in towards you. You're getting close to a ½ inch now, as our rainfall rates are close to 2 to 4 inches per hour. If you were to see that level of rain for that long of a period. The heart of the metro, we had some potential hail signatures over the fairgrounds just before I walked over here. That's settled down to just some heavy rain now. But right now, over the airport, across the crosstown itself, over the airport and down toward the 494 corridor, stretching back over toward Bloomington, that right there, ooh, that's some very heavy rain over the airport, or probably some hail, at least some pea-size, plus-size hail over the airport proper. I'm curious to see what they end up measuring. We've had another little pop-up, ooh, right there near Bloomington, another one over Edina over the past 5 minutes, and then that continues with some heavier rain kind of stretching over from Bloomington over and across as we go over the river toward Savage, over Valley Fair, down toward Prior Lake, and then you just kind of run out of things as we just kind of peter out as we go down the 169 corridor. You can see all that lightning as it continues to track on by. There's that warning, and embedded within all that is a severe thunderstorm watch that overall expired at 4 a.m., but we've got this little tiny area of it I had to draw myself because the watch didn't propagate properly. It's still in place through 6 a.m. We've got this little narrow band over the 35 corridor that's in place for another 52 minutes. So we got some rain, we got some storms, no warnings in the metro. It's just some potential for some flooding and some very heavy rain. I know it woke you up. If you're joining us now, you either woke up early or this stuff woke you up. I'll check in with you again, maybe another half hour or so, unless the warning fires on up. Otherwise, we'll just kind of work our way through our morning hours. I'll take you back to regular programming.